Hello to all the Sagittarians out there. Hello and welcome for you. Welcome to your horoscope of October 2012 for the sign of Sagittarius, for the general horoscope. What a month this is going to be for Sagittarians, because especially for mutable signs, there's a lot going on. And but let's get started with what is going on a long term. As from October, Saturn shifts into Scorpio, and that's your 12th house, and it's trining to Neptune in your 4th. Now, what does this all mean? I already mentioned that in the earlier horoscopes, that this was going to be, for all of us, Saturn manifesting Neptune, higher ideals, so trying to manifest our higher ideals. Now, for you, Sagittarius, it's Saturn in the 12th house, the house of the unconsciousness, the house of ending, your ending stuff that has to be ended. So it's a very ending cycle for you. It's, you know, the whole month is all about new beginnings, endings and new beginnings for you, for Sagittarius. Now, Saturn in the 12th house, don't forget, in traditional astrology, Saturn is in its joy in that house. Because a lot of books say that Saturn in the 12th house isn't easy and so on, but it so depends on other stuff. And but yes, I think it's suggesting that there is a lot of cleaning up to do, and for some people they have to clean up a lot, and for others they don't have to clean up that much. So it's very subjective, of course. If you really have to look at the natal chart to see that. But it shows that there are ending cycles, and which are necessary and which are useful. And that's why Saturn can do a lot of good work there, because Saturn wants us to structure things and to work hard. When Saturn transits the first house of Sagittarius, there will be a clean you. There will be a new you, and with not the unnecessary stuff that you're wearing. So Neptune, of course, in that 4th house that is trining that Saturn, keeps the balance between the hard work and also between the ideals. So it's a combination of going very deep, you know, the Scorpio sign of Saturn in Scorpio, going very deep, but don't get too deep, because you don't want to get into the abyss. And on the other hand, you can tap in that Neptune in the 4th house, so you kind of dissolve with all there is around you, also your identity, but you stay grounded, because there's this connection with Saturn. Because a lot, if you've got Neptune on the IC, it can mean that there is a kind of dissolving with all there is and losing of identity. But I think with Sagittarians it won't happen, because there is this strong connection with Saturn in that 12th house, and Saturn grounds people. So that's very good. That's on a long term. The Saturn is going to be there for quite a long time, more than 2 years. So that's but as it shifted its a new house, I wanted to talk about it a little bit more. Now, another thing is very important for Sagittarians, and that happens in the middle of the month. In the middle of the month, there is going to be an opposition between Mars in your sign, in Sagittarius, and Jupiter in the other sign, in the house of the other, significant other. And it is squaring up to Venus. And Venus is in Virgo in your 10th house. The house of your career, or the house of your work, or the house of how other people see you. So what does this all mean? First of all, it means that for the Sagittarians, especially for those who have a Sagittarius rising from 0 to 10, 0, 15 degrees, it will be very important. That's the only advice I'm going to give to a Sagittarian. It's very important to not overdo things. You know, easy does it. And why do I say that? Because Mars is in your sign in Sagittarius. That is already active, you know, taking your actions boldly. And, you know, Sagittarius, they tell anyone the truth, even people that don't want to hear the truth. And sometimes truth is painful for other people. But a lot of Sagittarians think, yes, I can deal with that, and you think that other people can deal with that too, but that's not always the case. I'm not saying that you have to be very, very gentle towards other people. The only thing I'm saying is just watch out not to go over the top, because then you're not going to accomplish what you want to accomplish. You want to be effective, so you bear that in mind. And this is also amplified because Mars is opposing Jupiter, and Jupiter is also, it's your ruler, and it's also wanting to enlarge everything it touches. So watch for some ego stuff going on. And as Jupiter is in the 7th house, could be that other person close to you, or it could be clients, or it could be just people you connect with on a one-to-one level. So, but this all happens around the middle of the month, and a lot of and it squares up to your Venus in the 10th house, Venus in Virgo. So Venus in Virgo in the 10th is good for career. It's good for if you want to apply for a new job, because it makes you more charming at work. But as this Venus is a part of this square, it can mean that maybe you are wanting to shift things at work and you come on too strong. Or maybe there are colleagues involved and you're touching their souls, you know, you're stepping on their souls actually, and you don't want to do that, you know, that's not your intention, but it's because of the way you apply yourself is very energetic and very fiery, and therefore it could mean a bit that other people are going to try to fight against that. So keep that in mind. And but all in all, I really do think that the fixed stars are going to be very important this month too, and they always kind of overrule things. So when a situation happens or if something is going on and there is a fixed star involved, then that overrules it. And the fixed star I'm talking about is Spica. I already talked about that a couple of months ago. There is a new moon also around that middle of the month, a new moon in Libra on Spica, which shows that Spica is about protection, and so which shows that you'll be fine. And you'll be fine, and maybe a friend is going to help you out because it happens in the 11th house. You will be fine, you will be protected in some kind of way. So, and that is a good thing. And other two fixed stars that are involved here are with your ruler Jupiter in that 7th house of yours. That ruler of yours is going to go retrograde on the 5th of October, so you're going to rethink relationships that are very close to you. And it's very interesting that this Jupiter is going to connect again, conjunct the star Aldebaran, and that is the star of new beginnings. So you're shifting relationships. And it doesn't mean to say that you're going to cut them off and start other ones. No, it simply says that there are shifts going on. If you're not having a relationship, you're thinking about one, probably. And if you're in a relationship, shifts need to be made because it opposes that Mars in your sign. And that Mars is on the another star, fixed star, which is called Antares, and that's the ending. So you're trying to end and renew a certain cycle, especially you Sagittarians, because your ruler is Jupiter and your ruler is going backwards, means a rethink, and it's going towards the star of new beginnings. So this is a month very much for you of a new start, and as it is in the 1st and in the 7th house, it's your close relationships, so that's very interesting and very you are able to do a fresh new start, so that's good. So Sagittarius, if you want me to look at your personal chart, so no general looks, but personal chart, get in touch. I'll put a link. I wish you all the best for this very exciting Sagittarius month of October, and see you soon. See you next month. Bye.